Hello and welcome to the Ilene Silverman Show. I'm your host Ilene, and on this week's program, our guests introduce us to the Gainesville Opportunity Center, a nonprofit organization helping adults living with mental illness engage in our community and live more enriching lives. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us for our program. I'm delighted to introduce my guest, Brett Buell, Gainesville Opportunity Development Director. And Brett, it's wonderful to have you join us.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, certainly. Gainesville Opportunity Center has a special and unique place in the community of Gainesville and doing for these 15 years some very important things to help our community. And so help us understand who and what is the Gainesville Opportunity Center.
The Gainesville Opportunity Center helps adults living with chronic mental illness get back into the community and find jobs. The people that we help are our members, not patients or clients. They come to the GOC, they participate in our workday as a volunteer, and through that, they do things that need to be done. It's called meaningful work,
Right.
And through there they accomplish things, they feel that sense of accomplishment at the end of the day.
So everyone feels good. Well, you're really giving people a sense of purpose, a sense of fulfillment, and going past that stigma, mental illness.
Work gives people the sense of accomplishment and fulfillment. It helps build confidence, it helps build stamina, and those are the things that are missing in a lot of people's lives. People who've been chronically mentally ill have also typically been chronically unemployed for long periods of time,
Right.
And you develop the belief that you can't get back into the workforce, you can't do this. But with the right support, they can. At the GOC, they not only succeed themselves, but they see other people succeeding.
And that gives them a role model. They
Yes.
say, I can do it too.
Yes.
And no one there is judgmental. You're not defined by your mental illness.
No.
You're who you are.
Yeah, we concentrate on the people's strengths, not their illness. We don't treat somebody with schizophrenia different than somebody with bipolar disorder.
Right.
We treat everybody the same. We focus on their strengths and what they want to accomplish.
And we want to be certain, first of all, involvement is free of charge,
Yes.
which is a wonderful opportunity for everybody to be a part of the GOC. And it does not involve medical personnel. They're not there for a medical appointment. This is all about empowerment.
Yes, it's a support service. And again, there's not enough staff at the GOC to do all the work that needs to be done.
Oh,
so
certainly.
We actually need our members to come and help us do what needs to be accomplished.
Right.
And through that, I can look somebody in the eye and say, I need you. And that's something that's been missing in a lot of people's lives for a long time. And that's something very unique about our program.
Well, and do you find sometimes in the community, or just, it's hard for people to understand how to approach someone with that word mental illness? It's still a conflict all these years. It's
Sure.
still a stigma, a conflict in not just this community, but everywhere.
Mental illness is not a choice. Mental illness is not a moral failing. Mental illness is an illness, and it needs treatment and support just like any other illness. And
Yes.
that's how you approach it.
It's not something where you could say, I just wish it away, because if you could, they would. And so it is even harder because people struggling with this also have to struggle with that situation on top of everything.
Yeah.
But you're giving them your members such a good opportunity, first running the clubhouse for themselves with that satisfaction, and then looking ahead to gainful employment and all these relationships you have organized.
Sure. We do support and transitional employment programs where we actually go out in the field and work with the members on their job sites as much as they need in order to give them the support they need, the confidence they need to get back into the workforce and stay there. Mental illness is a leading cause of work-related disability in the United States. if we want to get more people working, we need to support them in jobs that they can do.
And there are plenty that they can do, and right at this time, we're finding that there is a need for people in the workforce. So it's sort of like
Absolutely.
here, it's coming together.
Yes, absolutely. And people are starting to realize that. We have been around for 15 years now, and every year it gets a little bit better. People understand mental illness just a little bit more, and the fact that supporting people is better than the alternative of incarcerating or hospitalizing them. Certainly people that are in crisis need to be hospitalized, but the goal is to keep people out of crisis
Right.
and help them lead meaningful and fulfilling lives, and that's what the GOC is doing.
Well said. Thank you, Brett. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back with more discussion. Stay
Okay.
with us.
Thank
We'll
you.
be right back. I'm delighted to introduce my guest, Michael Conlon, Board President, Gainesville Opportunity Center. And Mike, it's wonderful to have you here and to think back on the many years of Ilene Silverman shows that I've been privileged to do for Gainesville Opportunity Center. Back to the beginning with the executive director, the first one, Mike Demers. So now, thinking back, congratulations on your 15th anniversary.
Well, thank you.
Well done. You are a valuable asset to this community. And so tell me, what drew you to Gainesville Opportunity Center?
So, a friend invited me to their facility. So, I didn't really have any background in mental illness, but I was invited, so I went. I walked in and I saw what they were doing. And for me, it was like love at first sight. I just couldn't imagine. I mean, I was so kind of overwhelmed that there was such a perfect place. There was a place where people who had mental illness of various kinds were not judged, they were not diagnosed, they were not treated. They were there to work with other people to deal with whatever issues they had at whatever pace was important to them and in whatever kinds of tasks they wanted to take on.
Right. So I'm imagining it, I see it, I feel it, your words are important. But take us back, explain in a capsule, what is Gainesville Opportunity Center? What was this clubhouse you walked into?
So the clubhouse it has a model of working with people who have mental illness. People volunteer to come there. No one can tell them to go there.
Right.
And when they come, they have their choice of various activities and work that they might participate in.
That make the clubhouse work. I mean,
It's meaningful work. It's
yes.
work that the clubhouse must do.
Yes.
So
to stay
they're the
efficient
people.
and alive.
Yes,
Yeah.
they grow the vegetables that we eat in the kitchen and have for lunch.
And these are your members.
And they make the lunch and they serve it to other members. And
So
so
all member driven.
it's all member driven. It's all member decided. We have meetings with the members. The staff are there to help the members work with whatever they need to do. So they might be working in the garden or the kitchen, or they might be cleaning the house, or they might be doing spreadsheets, whatever
their skill level is.
whatever
best
they're
suited
whatever
for.
they're interested in doing, and whatever they would like, and in many cases whatever they would like to get back to.
Right.
Some of them
In the community.
yeah,
for
and
employment.
and they want to rejoin the community. They rejoin their family, make friendships, have jobs, get an education. All of those things are possible for the people who come to the clubhouse.
Oh, it's an inspiration. I'm sure that's what drew you to it. Here you on the board and now board president and a leader in moving it along. And I have to say, so much has happened over the years. For instance, now you have your own location.
Right.
I
So
know you're proud.
yes, we are, and so over the last several years, we've made a lot of advances at the GOC. So we bought a house that we own, so we're no longer renters.
Right.
We have a beautiful house on Northwest 14th Avenue, right in the center of town. We also got accredited by Clubhouse International. So there is a program.
A standard.
A standard.
Yes.
We execute that standard. We learn. We are trained on the standard, and then we had people come and see how we were doing. And not only were we accredited right in the midst of COVID, by the way,
Right,
so
yes,
things
difficult
have to keep going.
Right.
Not only we were accredited, we got the highest score in our accreditation that the Clubhouse can give out, a 3-year unconditional accreditation.
Oh, that really says a lot.
So it's really a wonderful organization to be involved with.
I can tell, and I appreciate you and everybody, all your board that is working so hard for Gainesville Opportunity. Thank you for sharing so much.
Well, thank you.
Certainly. Stay with us. We'll be right back. We're back talking about the Gainesville Opportunity Center, and I'm pleased to introduce my guest, Deirdre Simon, Executive Director for the GOC. And Deirdre, it is wonderful to have you join us also.
Thank you, Ilene. I'm happy to be here.
Well, we've had some good conversation, and I've come to know that you're fairly new with Gainesville Opportunity Center, about 2 months so, but you already say this is your dream job. So tell me, and you've come back to your hometown of Gainesville, and tell me why so? What drew you to Gainesville Opportunity Center?
It was definitely the mission. When I looked at what the GOC represented and what they did and how they served the community, especially persons with disabilities, I was just immediately smitten. I loved the idea. So I'm so happy I get to be at the GOC every day, serving the GOC and working alongside the staff and members. It's been great.
It must have a great feeling of joy and satisfaction.
It does. I often think to myself, working in a nonprofit, doing something that I love, I'm one of the most fortunate people. I get paid to help people live better lives, and it fills my well, and it's a great experience. So yes.
No, that well said. So tell me a little about being there day to day and what it's like. About how many members do you have right now?
So we have about 65 members total that we have that are active. Many of our members are in the community. They're working. They're going to school, so they're not at
always
the
there
GOC,
in the same way.
which we want them to be out
right, that's the
accomplishing
goal.
Great things. On average daily attendance, we have about between 15 20 members a day that work with our staff.
Doing all the tasks, keeping everything going.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So it's a very busy day. So for me, I love to hear the energy when the members arrive and they start in the culinary unit and they're preparing breakfast and they go on to lunch and we have the meetings in their garden. It is very busy.
The day must just pass so
it passes
quickly.
so quickly. Sometimes I feel like I can't keep up.
No, I understand.
But it's a great experience to be a part of it, and I love to hear the energy in the clubhouse.
And you know, you had a successful bike ride, big fundraiser, different things are happening throughout the year. So you must, you get to be a part of that and see that energy also.
Yes, again, I'm very fortunate to be in this role, to be a part of such a great team. Our board, they are amazing, and they spearheaded the bike day,
right.
As well as our other events, and also our staff, they're always there to support. But it has been great to see the community come out and support us and our members.
Right,
it's
that
just
was,
been great.
yes, the bike event, the bike ride event, was very well attended and highly successful. And does it seem, just as you're taking the helm here as executive director, that the time has arrived for the Gainesville Opportunity Center to take center stage for what and who they are?
Yes, it is such a great time to be a part of the GOC, and of course this arrival time is years in the making. So a lot of years of our staff and board just dedicating so much time, and now it's blossoming. So it is a great time. I'm very fortunate. It's been great.
Well, now tell me, are there some special stories that you would want to share with us about something just when you got there, or things that you've seen?
For me, the special stories are with the members. My favorite part is to see a member come in and they show me a certificate of completion for a training or a course at Santa Fe that they've completed successfully, or they come in and say, hey, I got a new job. So those for me are like the reasons why I continue to show up and do what I do, because
Right.
they keep that fire lit for me. I believe that the GOC is working, and this is how it works. People are able to go out and accomplish things that they may not have been able to accomplish without.
And through that, everything gets better.
Yeah.
Their lives, obviously their health,
Right.
all the ways they interact, and then our community as an end result also improves.
Exactly.
Because we're all linked together.
Exactly. And I don't look at it as like service, like we're helping them.
Right.
They often help us. We work side by side. They teach me things every day, and our staff. So it is just a great environment, and I agree. It pours out into our community as a whole.
Yes. Well said. Deirdre, I'm delighted that we're friends now, and I look forward to more opportunities to discuss Gainesville Opportunity Center with you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Certainly. And we'll be right back. We're back discussing the Gainesville Opportunity Center with Development Director Brett Buell. And Brett, continue the conversation about the GOC and how the community benefits from this clubhouse model.
People that have participated in a clubhouse for over a year are significantly less likely to need crisis stabilization, which is usually a taxpayer expense.
Right.
A Baker Act can cost up to $10,000 when you include 3-day hospitalization, the incarceration, the fact that law enforcement and ambulances are typically involved in all of that, and the taxpayer is paying for that. On top of that, people that participate in clubhouses are significantly less likely to go to the emergency room for mental health needs. And again, that's usually a taxpayer expense.
Exactly.
And last but not least, people that participate in clubhouses are less likely to have any interactions with law enforcement. That is extremely significant because more than half of the inmates of the Alachua County Jail, and this is typical for any jail or prison
Right.
or in the prison system, are receiving psychiatric medications while in jail. And what that tells me is that those people did not have the right support in order to help them make the right choices.
Right. That's
And
why
now-
they ended up, unfortunately, in jail or where they are.
And my hat's off to our law enforcement people.
Of course.
But of course, having
But it's complex
Yeah.
to handle.
our law enforcement shouldn't be the biggest provider of mental health services in our
Agreed.
area.
Agree. And there's so much that goes into it, but we all know that, or we're beginning to understand that
Sure.
even more. And so that is making a difference economically to our community. And as we've all been saying, I think the community is recognizing the value of Gainesville Opportunity Center. And now you've developed so many
Sure.
great partnerships.
Yeah, we've received so much community support in the past few years, and especially even in the last 6 months or last year. We've got a great employment agreement with Culver's where we get to place one of our members into one of their jobs and give them support on the site. We have a similar agreement with Alachua County. We have a big project coming up with Rotary where they're going to help us build a commercial kitchen.
I see that's outstanding.
Yeah.
Wild Game Feast.
Wild
just
Game Feast.
was a game.
And
was wonderful for what it brought to
people
GOC.
are realizing that the Gainesville Opportunity Center not only makes lives better, but we're saving the community money.
Yes,
We're an important part of this community. We need to grow, we need to scale so that we can help even more people move forward in their lives.
right. We were talking about the number of members, but it's so fluid because they're going out into the workforce. I see there's North Florida Regional Hospitals developing a program with
Yeah.
you, and there's opportunity for other businesses to step
Yeah.
up, to see this as a possibility.
If businesses are interested in working with the GOC and our members, I'd encourage you to give us a call.
Certainly.
Send us an email. You can reach us through our website, and we would love to work with you.
Yes, and I noticed that you follow your members. They're well trained to take those positions on, and you follow to make sure things are going forward appropriately.
We give them the support they need.
Exactly.
One of the biggest symptoms of people with mental illness is you lose the ability to self-care. So you know you need to go to work, but then you don't go to work. You know you need to take a shower, you know you need to pay your bills, but you don't do any of that stuff.
It starts to go down.
It starts to go down. So we're there to help pick up the pieces, and we're there for our members. A lot of times the easiest thing for a member to do would be just to quit their job.
And just say, I can't do it.
I can't do it. And we're there to say, hey, you can do it. And we help them stay employed. And that's really important to them. It's really important to our community. It's important to the employers.
Yes. And we talked about some of your fundraisers, things coming up. I know you have something in the fall, so there'll be a lot of ways that the community can begin more and more to interact with
Absolutely.
GOC.
One of the best things that people could do, we do have open doors. Please come by and visit us.
Thank
When
you.
you see our members at work, I'm telling you, it will change your life.
Right. Just step through those doors and that will convince you.
Mhm.
And I want to thank you, Brett and Deirdre and Mike, for giving us such important knowledge and sharing your love and passion for Gainesville Opportunity Center. That's what really makes the difference. And I'm just so proud of all your many achievements. Happy 15th anniversary year, but so much to look forward to in the future.
Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, it is our pleasure. Thank you. And I'm so glad that you tuned in, and I hope you will join us next week. Take care.
We are hard workers.
We just need a chance.